Hey guys, ASIM here. So now I haven't done these in a while, and that is the tier list videos. And as you guys know who watched the 100-day showcase account, that is because I've had some issues with recording Dragon Ball Legends, but we got 6 characters to update in the tier list, and those are the purple 17, yellow 18, the yellow Super Saiyan Goku, we got the blue Frieza in the pod, we got blue Krillin, as well as Bardock. So let's get started. Alright, so starting off with Android 17. But before I do start, I do want to say that tier list goes from Z being the highest, S, A, B, and this character is definitely a Z tier unit. He's got really nice synergy with the androids, really nice equipment due to the recent PvP reward, which gives you an android specific equipment, and also the equipment from the Android 19 event. But let's go into more detail. So when you choose this character, you get a Strike and Blast art card. He is from the Android Saga. But let's look at the cards specifically. So we got the Super Electric Strike. So as you can see from the grid, it's not a linear move similar to the Kamehameha. It does hit left and right. So when an enemy tries to vanish step, he will be hit with this Super Electric Strike. And it deals major slice damage. It also causes enemy to receive 20% more strike damage for 15 timer counts and has a 40% chance to inflict paralysis. Next up, we got the Barrier, which is a really nice move and unique to him only so far. And that is, when you do a vanishing step, you have to wait for your gauge to fill up to do another vanishing step. But when you do your first vanishing step and the bar is actually filling, you can use this barrier to nullify damage, especially strike arts as well as the blast arts. So let's read the description. So nullifies enemy attacks, excluding certain moves like the Rising Rush. If enemy is at close range while attacking, attacks are nullified, they will be knocked back to long range, and then every time you use this card, there will be +5 to the actual cost, and maximum increased cost will be max 15. So let's go to the abilities. So Absolute Confidence. So draw a special arts card, causes enemy to receive 35% more blast damage for 20 timer counts, and this requires 15 timer counts to elapse. Z ability 1, so we got plus 19% to element, purple base, blast attack and defense during battle. Unique ability is double team blast attack up, so plus 25% to blast damage inflicted when 3 battle members are left. So if you have him first, or you still have your 2 members alive, and use your main ability, you gain a whopping 60% increased blast damage for about 20 timer counts just because of the main ability. But 60% is really huge, especially if you have synergy with the androids or the color. So it's also got cover reduced damage, which is similar to Piccolo. When you are in a combo, you can switch a character to move in and take damage instead, and similar to Piccolo but less percentage. Android 17 reduces damage received by 40% until combo ends when changing over. However, he does gain plus 20% to strike damage inflicted for 15 timer counts and plus 3 to own substitution count when activated. So he does have a buff for blast damage and a buff for strike damage as well when you do the reduced cover damage. And like I said, he's a very nice counter to Bardock and has really nice synergy with the androids as well as color, but more the androids, and he has really nice gear too from the recent events. And in my opinion, he currently is the best counter to Bardock, who is definitely the top tier character in this game currently due to his stats and his abilities. But let's move on to the next character. So next up we got Android 18, and I do want to say that she's S tier, but let's go into more detail. So when you choose Android 18, you get 2 blast art cards, and she is from the same saga, the Android Saga. So we got the normal strike and blast, and we got power blitz, which is a linear move similar to the Kamehameha. It deals major explode damage and plus 20% to own key recovery for 10 timer counts. Key recovery is always good, it means you can use more art cards. So next up we got the Infinite Energy Reactor. So plus 10% to strike damage inflicted for 15 timer counts and minus 5 to own strike art cards for 10 timer counts. It sucks that she's got 2 blast art cards where she has this special skill where she has increased strike damage as well as decreased cost. It sucks that they gave her those, but she would have been much better if she had these strike art cards. So next up, which is the main ability, she gets a Deadly Dance. It deals major impact damage and plus 5 to enemy substitution count for 15 timer counts. Real nice for stalling for the enemy team in terms of switching out. There are many teams that are versed in PvP where they'll just keep switching due to attributes, and this will kind of stall them, which is really nice. So regarding abilities, we got main ability, no problem at all. So it draws the ultimate arts card, Deadly Dance, and requires 25 timer counts. Z ability 2, so plus 22% to tag female warrior by base, strike, attack, and defense during battle. Unfortunately, there's not much synergy between females. The only females we have in the game are Android 18, whether Sparking or Extreme, as well as Pan. She more synergizes with the Android synergy, which is really nice, but hopefully female synergy does get improved with upcoming characters. So unique ability, Team Android Key Recovery up. So plus 20% to earn Key Recovery when tag Android is a battle member. Next up we got against Saiyans, Strike Attack up. So plus 20% to strike damage inflicted against Saiyan. Like I said, it sucks that she got 2 blast cards and not strike, because all her buffs are towards strike, and she would have been so much better and her damage output would have increased dramatically if she had the 2 strike cards. However, let's move on to the next character. So next up we got the Super Saiyan Goku, the yellow Sparking. This guy has really high stats, however has one massive downfall. But let's go through his art cards. He's got 1 strike, 1 blast, and character tags are Saiyan, Super Saiyan, and Sun Family. So we got strike, blast, and we got the Super Kamehameha, typical linear move, deals major impact damage and plus 20% to inflicted damage for 10 timer counts. So we got the form of attack, so plus 20% to earn a key recovery for 15 timer counts. 20% is pretty huge, and 15 time counts is nice as well. But this guy does have a massive downfall, which I'll show in the unique ability. But let's go to main ability. So Swift Belt, plus 20% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts, and increases arts card draw speed by 1 level for 15 timer counts. As you can see, this guy is pure damage. So damage is both key and strike, and increased speed, increased key recovery. You know, this guy can just put out heaps of arts damage through the actual game. So Z ability 1, plus 19% to element, yellow, base, strike, and blast attack during battle. And unique ability, so assault, all costs. So minus 10 to earn art cost from battle start for 20 timer counts. Effect is not applied to awakened or ultimate arts card. And this is his downfall, the viral heart disease. So minus 5 to earn health for each art card used. So if you use 2 cards, you'll lose 10% of your health. If you use 4, you'll lose 20% of your health. But let me tell you that this guy's damage output is through the roof. I've versed heaps of him in PvP, and I am battle rank 40. This guy does some devastating damage, but his only downfall is minus 5. And I do want to say that this guy is definitely either A tier or S, but I'm leaning more towards the S tier because he can synergize with heaps of units because he's a Saiyan. Saiyans have decent gear as well. But you do have Krillin and Piccolo who you can put in your team and heal this guy for 20 or 25%. Sorry, not Krillin, Krillin heals himself. But if you have Piccolo, amazing, get 25% of your health back, which means you can use another 5 cards, and his damage is absolutely amazing. However, I do have to put him at S tier. Some people might argue that he might be A tier, but he's definitely not Z tier due to this drawback. Without the drawback, he'll definitely be Z tier and an absolute beast. But let's move on to the next character. Alright, next up we got the first form Frieza. So let's go through the status. So when you choose this character, you get 1 strike, 1 blast art. And he's from the anime original sagas, so not movie unfortunately, because it would have been a nice synergy with Broly, who can buff him. So let's go to the arts. So we got the normal strike and blast, and then we got the supernova, which is a linear move. It deals major explode damage and plus 25% to earn special move arts power for 10 timer counts, and cannot be nullified by most other special moves, which is really nice. So similar to the, I believe it is the Goku, the Super Saiyan one, if he uses a Kamehameha, he'll gain extra special move damage, and this is the same thing here. So special skill is telekinesis, so minus 5 to earn special move arts cost for 15 timer counts and immobilizes enemy. And as you can see, it doesn't have the full range, it's only got 2 squares, and this is similar to the final form Frieza. Next up we got the ability, so Nefarious Gambit, so draw a special move arts card and plus 50% to earn special move arts power for 10 timer counts. So as you can see, this guy is all about the special move damage, and Z ability is plus 19% to element blue base strike attack and defense during battle. And unique ability is the anti-Saiyan blast attack up. So plus 40% to blast damage inflicted against Saiyans, which is really huge. Another thing unique about this character is he can just use attacks and flow through ki blasts because of, I guess, his pod, you can say. But that's one unique thing about the first form Frieza. If an enemy uses a ki blast card, or a blast card I should say, and uses a strike, you'll just fly through all his ki blasts and actually attack the enemy, which is really nice. Regarding Frieza, I don't think he's Z tier, I think he's definitely Z tier. He does have many counters such as Piccolo and even Bardock. Despite Frieza having the increased blast damage to Saiyans, Bardock is just insane in terms of stats, especially his HP. I've seen people with like 800k, 700k. But Frieza does have heaps of gear due to the recent Frieza events that happened with the final form Frieza. So that's really nice. In terms of synergy, not much synergy, just the color attribute, I guess. However, let's move on to the next character. Alright, in second last, we got the Krillin. So, as you can see, I've got this character heaps. He currently is at 5-star. So, looking at him, he's got 2 strike art cards when you choose him. He's from the Android Saga as well. And regarding his arts, we got the normal strike and blast. And then we got the diffusion blast, which is similar to the Android 17, where it hits left and right as well, and deals major impact damage. Also, plus 10% to critical rate for 20 timer counts. Crit is always good, it means you'll just crit more and do even extra damage with your moves. So, Solar Flare, similar to the Frieza, and it got 2 squares. It inflicts Flash, which is basically a stun, causes enemies to receive 20% more blast damage for 20 timer counts. Regarding his abilities, his main ability is a Glimmer of Hope. So restores ally health by 20% and cancels attribute downgrades. Also minus 100% to enemy ki recovery for 5 timer counts. That is really nice. Minus 100% means basically they can't regenerate some ki for 5 timer counts, which is a decent amount of time where you can just keep striking, or you can charge up yourself and attack him. And this requires 15 timer counts. Z ability 3 is plus 24% to element, blue base strike and blast defense during battle. This might be lower if you are a lower star, such as 3 and 1, but with 5 stars you have 24%. So unique abilities are Team Goku health res up, so restore own health by 25% when character Goku is a battle member, and assist inflict damage up, so plus 15% to damage inflicted for 10 timer counts when characters are switched. So for Krillin, I know many people have been arguing about Krillin in terms of where he stands in the tier list. Some people argue A, some people argue S. Me personally, I want to say I put him in S. He's got some decent gear as a super warrior. He can heal and he can have extra damage and crit because of his buffs and his moves. And also, if you have Goku in the team, which is most likely the case since there's so many sparking Gokus, you can restore your own health by 25% when Goku is a battle member. But we got one more member, and you guys know who it is, the most probably broken character in the game, and that is Bardock. So regarding Bardock, I don't actually have the card, and I thought it would be best to use DBZ space to show his full potential. So on the left side we got the sparking Bardock, on the right side we got the sparking green Piccolo, who was considered Z tier and has probably been dropped down to S tier due to the recent characters and whatnot. But let's go through their level 1500 stats, since that is the max level currently in the game. So power, there's about a 20k difference in power, but the advantage goes to Bardock. Regarding health, there's an 80k difference, which is huge, and that goes to Bardock as well. Strike attack, 10k difference, and advantage goes to Bardock as well. So massive jump both in power, health, and strike attack. Regarding strike defense, Piccolo is slightly higher, but not that significant. Regarding blast attack, it's about a 4k difference, and advantage is to Bardock as well. And regarding blast defense, it's also to Bardock, but not massive. But like, as you can see, there are some numbers which are really significant, like 80k extra health, which is insane, 20k power, and 10k strike attack. That is absolutely amazing. But let's go through the character in more detail. So main ability, I will defeat you. All enemies are switch restricted for 10 timer counts. So really amazing, especially when you're up against a blue character like Broly, Frieza, and the Spirit Bomb Goku. But the one thing about Broly is, because it has happened to me in PvP, where I versus Bardock, he'll use his main ability, I'm stuck. But you can force switch out Bardock if you do have your special skill, and it does actually work. Sometimes I can vanish step away from it. trust me, when Bardock's in there with you, again, and you're a blue character, he will demolish you. Sometimes he'll lock you in and even use, for example, I was playing with my Piccolo, I was versing a Bardock, he locked me in and done the Rising Rush and just obliterated me. But also, he gains 40% to strike damage inflicted for 10 timer counts, and his main ability requires 15 timer counts. So unique abilities are the Saiyan Trader, so plus 30% to strike damage inflicted when 2 allies are down, and plus 35% to strike damage inflicted for each downed enemy for 20 timer counts. So you can have potentially 65% if one enemy or the second last ally is down, which is huge. And this character is probably best used to be the last character. Next up, we got Team Up Saiyan, Key Recovery Up. So plus 20% to Key Recovery when Tag Saiyan is a battle member. Obviously, you're going to have a Saiyan with this character, trust me. The best energy with this character is currently Saiyans. Not really the tech attribute, you don't want to have a full tech team in PvP right now. Sorry, not tech green, too much Bleach Brave Souls. But with the Saiyan energy, this will most likely be active all the time. Regarding his special, we got the Final Spirit Cannon. So it's a very linear move, similar to the Kamehameha. So it deals major explode damage and plus 20% to own special move arts power for 15 timer count. So if you use the Final Spirit Cannon and you get another one, you will do 20% extra damage if it's within the 15 timer counts of the first one. So next up we got Quiet Rage, so plus 50 to Key Recovery, which is very nice and cancels attribute downgrades. Trust me, if you have like 20 key or 30 key and then you use this and you get back to 50, it can make a massive difference, and it cancels attribute downgrades as well. So the art cards he holds are 2 strike, which is really nice as well, since he does get increased strike damage. Unlike Android 18, where she has 2 blast cards, but her abilities allow her to increase strike damage, is not the best. But when best of both worlds are there, like Bardock, you'll have an amazing unit and increased damage output as well. So Z ability is plus 19% to Tag Saiyan base strike attack during battle. At Z ability 1, it's 19. At 2, 22%. 3, 24. And 4, 25%. And as you guys know, Saiyan synergy goes really well. Also, Saiyans have one of the best gears in the game. They got so much variation, and this guy is definitely Z tier. Him and Super 17 are really nice. Thing is, 17 can counter this guy, but this guy is so tanky that he can also potentially take down 17 if you're a very good player and the 17 is a meh player or a bad player. You can take him down with Bardock. Trust me, he's amazing. And look how much synergy there is. You got Broly, who is still S tier, really nice character as well. You got Turles, Vegeta, Spirit Bomb Goku, One Hand Spirit Bomb Goku. You got the Yellow Goku, whose damage output is through the roof. And you got Super Saiyan Vegeta. Have you guys hopefully enjoyed that video. Man, good luck if you pulled on Bardock, because I used so much crystals and didn't get him. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe for more Dragon Ball Legends content. And when the next characters come out, the tier list will come out much sooner. Worst case scenario, I'll probably use DBZ space to do it. There's no lag whatsoever. But when I mirror my phone to my PC, there is lag and it's hard to record actual gameplay. But I can record like in-game menus and stuff. It's not really choppy because I do want quality content. I don't want, trashy content. I am still looking for a way to fix it. Worst case, I'll just buy a capture card, and that's probably the best solution, to be honest. And enjoy the rest of your day, guys. I'll see you in the next one.